Hi, I'm Fran Tarkington, and the only way I've gotten smarter in my 75 years is to listen to other people and ask questions. You got to be curious. And to be curious, you got to ask questions. You got to ask questions of people that have information and knowledge that interest us. I've got a brain surgeon, Dan Barrow, head of neurosurgery at Emory University. He's in the Hall of Fame of Neurosurgery. And we talk all the time, but we don't talk much about neurosurgery because I don't have a lot of interest in there. But if I'm going to talk about finance, if I'm going to talk about taxes, I'm going to talk to Ted Jenkins here. And I'm going to bring Ted Jenkins back to you because he really has so much knowledge and so much information, can make you so much smarter. And Ted Jenkins is an entrepreneur. And Ted, tell people about Oxygen Financial, and then tell them a little bit about what you're doing in social media.
Yeah, well, much like you, I'm an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
and Oxygen Financial was really created as sort of a financial services company for the X and Y generation. A lot of people were focused on boomers. We wanted to focus on younger folks, help those small business owners out, and sort of give them a modern day, cost affordable family office, place they could do everything in one place.
Okay, and now we're in tax season. Everybody wants to get a little edge in that tax. We want to pay our fair share, but we certainly don't want to pay more than our fair
No
share.
more than our fair share.
And so, all the big companies, they all have tax specialists that work with them. And some of the big companies, Ted, like IBM, I read from time to time that the IBM last year or 2 years ago didn't pay any taxes.
Yeah, everyone wants to pay that Mitt Romney rates, as they say, that 14, 13%, and how do I do that? And where a lot of small business owners miss out is they don't realize all of the tax deductions that they can take when they start their sole proprietor or they set up an LLC, especially in that first year. They're not sure of all the deductions. They don't want to get audited, and that's one of the big mistakes people make, is not really going through with a fine-tooth comb everything they can take.
And really, I guess it's important how you set up your business, right? What kind of structure you have, LLC or whatever it might be.
It very much so, yeah. Again, the day that you start getting 1099 income, you actually have a business.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't set up an LLC, and they really should, because they want to protect themselves, because that sole proprietorship, you have unlimited personal liability. So the LLC gives you a little bit of protection, right? And then you may need an S corporation or some other election depending upon the income and the structure of the business. But either way, S corp, LLC, or whether you're a 1099, you must maximize your tax deductions if you want to pay a minimal amount to the government.
All right, now we're coming to the tax season. What should they be doing? How should this entrepreneur and our friends out there, what should they be doing now?
So let me talk about the number one mistake, is that most business owners don't realize they should separate church and state. And what I mean by that is a lot of business owners muddle all their finances in their personal checking and their personal credit card. You really want to have a personal account, which is where you pay your personal bills, and then you want to have a business account and a business credit card, because that's going to provide you with the cleanest level of documentation in your business. A lot of small business owners may make that mistake. You have to separate church and state.
That's really interesting. So I need an American Express card, or a MasterCard or a Visa card for my personal, and another one for my business.
Right, so think about this, Fran. Imagine I go into Staples today, and I've got to pick up some paper, pencils, I pick up some bottled water, a few snacks. Well, which card does this go on? Does it go on my personal American Express or Visa or MasterCard, or should it go on my business card? Now, the more that those items are on my business card, aren't I going to have a better chance to be able to deduct them come tax time?
Right.
If the IRS sees this on my personal card, they're going to say, well, Fran, why'd you put this on your personal card? That doesn't make any sense. It should have belonged on your business card.
And that gives you a clear record of what you've done. And so if you are audited by the IRS, you want to be able to defend what you did. And this gives you a built-in record, day by day, week by week, month by month, of how you spent that money, either in the business card or the personal card.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying it, because I've sat in a lot of audits. So
I bet.
At an audit, the IRS is going to look for documentation, right?
Yep.
And the better you have that documentation lined up, and if it's on a business card or that business checking account, and again, an example are meals and entertainment. I say that I take somebody out for a meal, and it's on my personal card. Why should you get to deduct that? But if it's on my business card and I have a legitimate business purpose and a name and a date and a place and a receipt, I'm probably going to be able to deduct that.
And most of us entrepreneurs, we're out there trying to get business, right? And I understand that. I'm the same way. And I used to be negligent on this. I'm not anymore.
Right.
And because I did end of the year, and I'm looking with my tax guy and saying, well, I had dinner with, I can't remember the name of the person. I'm not sure of the restaurant. So you really should keep records when you're having dinner or lunch or breakfast in a business environment. You need to have records of that, where you had the breakfast, put it on that credit card, who it was with, so forth.
Absolutely. Yeah, not only for meals and entertainment, but also one of the other big ones business owners fail to miss on is mileage, right? How much mileage can I take? And sometimes people scratch their head and they say, well, I heard somewhere I could take 50% of my miles. Well, there's no real rule of thumb. The question is, were they business miles or were they not? Now think about this for every business owner that's out there. Almost all the time when you go to a meeting somewhere, aren't you talking about business? When you go to somebody's place of business or you go to a restaurant. So the better you keep a log, especially a daily log of all of the miles that you've driven, the more you're going to be able to take. And that can be over 50 cents on the mile if in fact you use mileage in your business.